Hey everybody, welcome back to my RC life. Today we got another RC resurrection for you. So come along with me as we get this Integy Irock back to crawling again.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to my RC life. Well, I'm on a pause on getting the Techno MT410 built, waiting for a few more parts to come together before I can finish it all up. I know some people are really excited to see that project finished, along with myself and my son. But today we're gonna go ahead and move on to something else. So I got a few cars down here that need some work or whatever. And today, dun dun dun, we've brought the old Integy Irock out from underneath the bench. This old girl, this is one of my first RCs when I was getting into electric RCs. This is one of the first ones that I bought. I actually bought this from a hobby shop. It was used. It had a really crappy ESC in it and a crappy 72 megahertz controller in it. Crappy motors. The tires weren't crappy, but they were just the stock ones. Well, I put these awesome tires on them. They hardly got, I think, maybe 1 or 2 runs on them. I put an EVX2 ESC in it out of a Traxxas Summit. Because the Traxxas Summit, that big 775 motor. Yeah, I still got the motor. It's got 2 positives that broke off, but the positives are, but it's got 2 positives and 2 grounds. So it's got 4 total sets of wires. There you go. There you go. 2 for the rear motor, 2 for the front motor. This is called a MOA, motor on axle. 1 motor there, and the other motor would go here. These were Monster Max timeable brushed motors. They were good for what they were, but yeah, today I got these sent to me by my sponsor. 2 Yeah Racing Hackmoto 540 brushed motors. Nice packaging. They're 23 turn. So yeah, I want to go ahead and get these bad boys installed. They're nice rebuildable motors. They're not motors with non-removable brushes. These definitely have removable brushes. Yeah, look like really good units here. So we're going to go ahead and get these installed in this bad boy today and see if we can resurrect this old girl. Oh yeah, it does have a 2.4 gig RXTX set up in it now too. Although it is not in a waterproof box. I didn't put this in a waterproof box because it would just sat up so high. With the crawling I did, I didn't really get it in water that deep. But I may go ahead and stick it in something waterproof now, maybe. We'll have to see. Another thing is this servo is locked up. Looks like I got a Traxxas 2055 servo, an old, probably non-waterproof servo. And the back, it is set up where it could have rear steer. I did have rear steer on it once. The back is not set up right now for 4-wheel steer. Maybe if I can find a couple of servos, I might set it back up for 4-wheel steer. And looking in my receiver area here, I'm finding some lids to some waterproof boxes, but I'm not seeing any waterproof boxes themselves. Look at all these old 27 and 75 megahertz or 72 megahertz receivers. These are just kind of some junk drawers. Nope, I don't see no waterproof boxes, but I got them somewhere. What this is supposed to run off from is 2 cells. That's the max it can run off from. Well, I only have like 1 2 cell that's good anymore. So I would like it to run off of a single 4 cell. And I think I can go ahead and put these together, solder them both onto one, so it's got one connector, and wire it so it can run off of just one of these small 4 cells. It's a 2200 mAh 4 cell, so I can maybe put 2 of them together, put it down in this undercarriage here where it holds the batteries. And I don't use these for anything, so they would be perfect for this thing. They could stay right in there. I could charge them while they're in the vehicle, whatever. So that's what I'm first going to start off trying to do, is nib these ends off and see if I can go ahead and get away with doing that. I wonder if I can just pop these Traxxas ends right out of the plug and just shove them in the battery together, and then we'll know if it works or not. If it works, or it's going to work, or it's going to make smoke, I'm guessing. I think it ought to work. I hope it will work. Okay, so I put these two together like this. I'm thinking, can I get it to fit up in here? Well, they kind of go in there. Oh, I want to put some type of tape around that or something. I don't like the thought of them touching each other. Okay, does that work any better? Yes, I do believe that works a little better. Now, can we do the same thing with the blacks here? Cross your fingers. If I smoke this ESC, this video might be done. Ooh, that scared me. Ooh, I don't think that's good. Yeah, I don't like whatever we got going on there. Huh. ESC did not get warm, but there's a lot of heat in the wire.
At this point, I had 2 different size 2S LiPos, and I tried connecting them to the ESC, and it did the same thing. So I thought I blew the ESC. After looking at another EVX2 ESC, I figured out I was pairing the positive for battery number 1 with the negative of battery number 2, and that was the issue. Off camera, I was able to resolve the issues and get some adapters made for the LiPos and get the ESC powered up and resume repairing the truck.
Alright, so this actually takes a 15/16 socket to get these suckers off. It ain't a 17mm like on the X-Max and stuff. So, gotta use the old DeWalt. Let's go ahead and get these spun off of here. We're gonna get all 4 tires off. And it works just like one of those pit thingies that you can spin your car on, pit stand or whatever. Alright, so we need to get this motor out of here. I do believe we got to take off these link bars to get the motor out. Now we got the whole axle here. We Need to pull this motor out. Gotta take those 2 screws off there. Alright, and the motor screws are inside there. Gotta stick our screwdriver down in there, just like so. Take them on out. Well, we'll get that out once we take the motor out, I guess. Oh, there it comes. Thank goodness for magnetic tip screwdrivers. There we go. Okay, now I noticed I already had the one motor that was locked up out. And it didn't have a spur or a pinion on it. So I need to find the other pinion. Here's one right here, and it looks to be a 12 tooth? Yes, 12 tooth. So let's see if we have another 12 tooth. I think that's it right there. Yes, cool. I found it. All right, cool. Now I think they gotta have this extended deal on there to get into the gear inside of there. I think. All right, now we need to take the pinion off from this motor. Okay. Now these are rebuildable. This one was locked up, but it seems to be spinning free now. This one sounded a little bit rough at times. So yeah, they can probably be rebuilt though. So I'm gonna save them. But first, I want to take these wires off of them. Okay. I got one wire on this motor. Okay. Now these are labeled with a plus on them somewhere. See the plus right there? So either this one or this one can be the plus. Pull out both of our Hackmoto, racing Hackmoto motors. Put a little bit of flux on each of them here. All right. And just holding the wire like this sometimes seems like a good idea, but it will get hot enough where you won't be able to hold on to it anymore. So holding on to it with a little pair of pliers is probably a good idea. Okay. All right, that one's done. All right, find a positive. Okay, it's on the left-hand side there. Alright, let's see how good our joints are. They pull off? Nope, they don't seem to. Alright. The sun's coming out. Look at that. Now we need to put our pinion gears on here. A little bit of red Loctite. ×2. Now I need to find a couple more small bolts like this to bolt that motor in. Are these the right size? Yes, they seem to be. Okay. Next bolt, a little bit of medium, Loctite. Now right there's where we got to set our mesh. I just take this and wiggle it back and forth. Okay, so I want a little bit tighter than that. Yep, I think that's it. Snug it up just a little bit more. Don't tighten it all the way yet, but we still have our little tiny bit of slop. Yep, I don't know if you can really tell on camera, but it's there. Reef that motor down pretty good. Okay, that one's done. That's the rear end. The front end is still on the truck. I don't know if I can get that motor installed with it being in there or not. Okay. Yeah, I may be able to do it. I might just pull it off. If I can just go ahead and put the bolt through first. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, I probably didn't have to take that whole rear end off. But like I said, I haven't used this truck or messed with it in a long time. So it's hard to remember when you have 40 RC cars. A little bit more blue Loctite. Alright, I think I need to take this arm off at least. There we go. With that arm off, I should be able to do it. Let's hope. Since I rubbed most of my blue Loctite off, I'm going to put a little bit more on. Okay. Alright, it's in there. Alright, we got that set nice and good. Now time to put our caps back on. That's another thing I gotta do. I'm missing one of these caps. I need to find the other one. I don't know where it's at, but I know I wouldn't have thrown it out. Okay, got that on. Bam, right in my top of my toolbox there, it was sitting there. And I tore this thing apart a year ago and I never reassembled it. Yeah, I never throw anything out. All right, time to mount this rear end back in here.
All right, I actually had a phone call coming in, so I'm on the phone right now. I'm just putting the top link bars back on the front end here, or the rear end, I should say. All right, we got that all bolted down. Okay, now I'm pulling out the old servo, out with the old, in with the new. Bolt that down. Throwing on the new servo horn. Bolting up the steering rod itself. Gotta put the nut on the back there. Okay, got that all on there. I had to put a servo extender wire on there. The wire was a little bit short. Put that on. And I end up wrapping it in some heat shrink wire. Okay, shrink that up.
Then I put a few zip ties on the wires, run them up the link bars, tuck the wires through where they need to go, hook that steering servo wire back up, check the flex, and time to put the tires on. Big 40 series tires with 1,000,000 bolts for the Loctite, for the bead locks. And we'll finish off by throwing that beautiful airbrushed body on. Yeah. All right, guys, the Integy Irock is ready for its first test. Shall we get her out in the snow and see what it can do? Yeah. Two brand new brush motors in there. Ooh, she'll got no problem walking around. Woohoo! Glad to see this old girl back on the road. Woo, she carves into the snow when you turn. Couldn't make it up the big hill. The little batteries I got in here don't got much life in them. So. Alright, now guys, we've bring it down to, this is a future home of the new RC room. I like to set the cars down here for them to dry out right now. And why it only had such a short run time. One, I didn't fully charge things before I went out. And two, this is a really old 2-cell 2200 MAH. And this is out of a old Walmart drone I had, 2-cell 22 MAH. Wow, it's hot. It's starting to puff. Very dangerous. I'm suspecting that this LiPo is probably junk, because it's starting to puff, and yeah, I think I was probably killing it. Alright, so we're going to let this sit down here. I'm going to go sit this out on the porch for a while. But I'm suspecting that it is no longer any good. Alright, so I got this little guy hooked up. And as you can see, cell 1, cell 2, 0%. So yeah, it's very, very low. 3.14 and 3.32. Now I ain't going to charge it right now. I'm going to let it actually cool down a little bit more. It may come back to life. Now this one actually still had a good little bit of charge in it. Now if I would have kept running the truck, it would have definitely killed this one altogether. One thing I think I may do is throw this in the freezer, just get it to cool down a little bit. See, this is what it should look like. Here's another identical battery. It used to go in my little ProMark drone. It's like a DJI knockoff. But yeah, it should look just like this. You notice how this one is starting to puff. So I'll probably be getting rid of this battery. It's coming down to room temperature. But yes, it's something you want to keep an eye on. If your car starts bogging down like that, you know there's something going on. But driving the Integy Irock was a success. I noticed the front end started clicking when I hit the brakes really hard there once, which I knew it had a so-so set of gears in it. The rear gears are aluminum and the front ones are plastic. So I need to order the front ones, but they're always out of stock. And it says they won't be back in stock until beginning of February, or end of January, beginning of February. So I'm hoping to get an order in so I can get one more set of those, and I won't have no more issues with the front end, because it is a big truck. It's got big tires and it's got big power. It's got that 16.8 volt Summit, Traxxas Summit ESC in it. And a Summit is a decently strong, big scale vehicle. So a lot of power, and for a crawler anyways, a lot of power. Alright guys, I'm Traxxas Mike from My RC Life, and I'll see you later. Bye guys.